a lot of people who were involved at the time of the Liberation War are now dead, unfortunately. But at that time, we were nearly all students together who were working here. There were a few people who were older than us, who were established, and they became our leaders, as it were. But I worked with many, many people during the lead up to the Liberation War. I became involved first at the time of the 6-point formula, which was in 1966. I was first introduced to Bangladesh, and I was involved in getting those printed in English and spread around to MPs and other people who might be able to help us later on. So from then on, as everything progressed towards 1970 and the election, I personally became more and more involved trying to interest and encourage the MPs. Like before even the steering committee came about, myself and my husband, Sultan Sharif, we did a lot of work with many other people, organising demonstrations, writing letters to MPs and other people like trade unions and other organisations who might be able to help and who might be interested in helping a people who were like downtrodden and being used and abused by other powers. Because we managed to send a QC from here, QC Mr. Williams, to Agartala, who got Bangubandu released on a technical ground. Do you remember that? Yeah. Right. So we raised the funding for that to send them over, keep him in a hotel, and bring him back here. So that was good. Then after the war began, it was meeting MPs. Oh, by July of 1971, we had 200 signatures from MPs. We had managed to get signing to say they wanted recognition of Bangladesh. And leading up to these demonstrations, my house was used frequently to make the posters, to produce the leaflets. So we'd have hammering pieces of wood together until middle of the night with people coming, and there would be people sleeping in the sitting room, in the dining room, upstairs, everywhere. And, me trying to cook, of course, but making the posters like Yahya, murderer, and stop the genocide in Bangladesh. And we had these old-fashioned big speakers. And one person would shout, yeah, and everybody shout together, murderer, or recognize, Bangladesh, Bangladesh. So it was, and we'd have the English police. They always gave us lots of bobbies, walking along each side, keeping an eye. But we never got interfered with, because, at that time, at the very beginning, when the